Hello everyone, welcome back to another brand new video, and yes, it is another video of Chum with the Devin Vlogs, man. And before I could say anything, I actually want to go ahead and mention something before we do get into this video that yes, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an interesting sneak peek of a talk of conversation that yes, the NFL is back pretty much. So for those who do or don't know, yep, NFL is back as we speak, that they're definitely back. So, pretty much. And pretty much of this next season, yep, they're definitely back, which means I definitely want the Seahawks to win again for the third Super Bowl ring this year, and next year, Texans will probably win next year. So, anyway, 2027 would be for the Seahawks, and 2028 would be for Texans. So, it's pretty much what I would say. But that's not important, anyways, as I will say anyway, that it is still important. Like, pretty much it is. But, as I said, I want to get a lot, like, to the next topic, by the way, that this isn't about NFL right now. This is just only a bit of the talk about that conversation. So, without further ado, it is time. We're going to be mentioning about is my top 5 hated NBA teams, which it's finally about time to talk about it, and it's finally time and commissionedly finally about time that we will be discussing about that anyway. And also, for anyone else out there who might get confused or not so much confused by saying it's like, bro, why do you hate my favorite team? Well, I'm not. I'm just saying is like if I picked which team I hate, then it's not my fault because it really isn't. Because I'm just making an explanation as I go and further to explain the question. That's probably why I'm telling you right now is if I pick a team that is already been picked and chosen as I picked, then yes, I had picked it. So it's pretty much what I would say. But for now, this is going to be a bit of more of an easier video to kind of get on with exactly since I know this won't be like a longer video in top 10. This is only just a shorter one in top 5 right now. So with that being said, it is time, like I said, I'm about to pick my top 5 my top 5 NBA teams. Sorry, meant to say my hated top 5 NBA teams of like my top hated NBA teams exactly of top 5. So we're going to be pretty much discussing about my top 5 hated NBA teams I just don't like and despise, which we're going to probably get right along in this video. So this being said, let's do it. Let's get right into it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, remember, give the video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. Thank you. Anyway, let's get this right down here and get this definitely finished. So this being said, let's do it in 3, 2, 1, and let's begin, folks. Let's do it. Okay, so my top one would have to be on my number one would definitely be the New York Knicks. And okay, so why do I hate the New York Knicks? Well, the reason why I hate that is because the name is stupid. And first of all, I hate that name. Second, the name would have been more relevant if the name would have been more changed. But again, like I said, it's the old saying is like, can't change what you just can't change on the name. So it's pretty much why that probably won't be the thing now since, well, normally I just don't like the New York Knicks because they suck, because they literally suck, which I don't care if they were champions, they still suck, Into my own heart and instance, reason, like I said, I again do not actually care about if they were the ones who won the championship, they still suck because it's a little hard of a name to even say it. Like hell, I can't even say the name because I can't even say the name right anyway because the name just sucks because I hate that number one team because that team just sucks because I ranked it on the top 5 hated teams. Remember, it's only with a capital H that I said hated teams that I said hated. So that's probably why I hate the New York Knicks because they suck. Because with a K or an N, it doesn't matter. So, like I said again, they suck, and I don't care. And like I said, New York has always been relevant. They've always been relevant from the start because they've been completely been irrelevant for so long that they've been irrelevant for so long. So that's probably why pretty much to say I don't like the New York Knicks. So they suck. But anyway. Let's get into the next one, shall we? Top 2 of top 5. Here we go. All right, so here's the next reason, as I'm going to explain the next one. So here it is. Top two of top five is the Los Angeles Lakers. And why do I hate the Lakers? Well, for very interesting of a topic where I might say is like, oh, why do you not like the Lakers? Okay, first of all, one, of course I don't like the Lakers. Two, I mean, they could have probably would have just I don't know, would have lost anyway, but as I said again before, like an old story by saying is like, they're very irrelevant, which means they're old news, old story, and it just doesn't sink well in the ship. Exactly, it just doesn't sink the sea. It pretty much doesn't matter. So that's pretty much why I don't like the Los Angeles Lakers. So it's probably why I don't like them. And also, here's a funny fact. I find it funny that I'd say that good. I hope LeBron James goes to another team anyway, because I mean, good. Good. He better stay on the other side of that team anyway in Philadelphia anyways, because I mean, for once, he better go to the 76ers. And no, I'm not going to say the other word because I'm not going to say it. So, like I said, I don't care. Again, LeBron James was always a diva anyway. He was always a diva anyway. He was a diva anyway. So, for those who try to say, it's like, nah, bro, he was a king. I'm going to say, it's like, nah, F your king. F the king. I don't give a crap. I don't care. I don't listen to a king that is a diva who's an idiot that tries to say is like, oh, I'm gonna think it's all about myself. Yeah, that's narcissism, buddy. That's totally again narcissism, and I don't give two shits. So, too bad. So anyway, again, that's why I'm gonna say that pretty much the Lakers are definitely on my second list, exactly on my top two hated teams anyway. Now we're gonna go to number three, and of course I don't like LeBron James either, so I don't care anyway. I mean, good luck being in Philadelphia. I don't really care. I wouldn't even support him anyway for one single dollar. So hell no. Anyway, let's get into the next topic, shall we? The next topic we're gonna go to is definitely number three, or should I say top three of top five, starting now. Top three, everyone. Here it is. So, here's the number three that we're going to jump right on to. So, top three of top five we have is the Chicago Bulls. Now, into wondering why, now you may ask, is why do I somehow, by the way, just say that why did I consider adding the Chicago Bulls to be on my top three of my hated list exactly is why do I hate the Chicago Bulls? Well, kind of actually do suck as well. They kind of do suck. I mean, at this point again, I probably have no other current and courage to say is like, oh, anything positive about the Bulls? Nah, I probably say there isn't literally anything positive about Bulls anyway nowadays. But you know, I mean, after all, I really don't kind of care after a while. So I guess the Chicago Bulls will probably be on my top third hated team anyway. So that's why I added them. And for those, like I said, that yep, I definitely added the Chicago Bulls to be on my number third hated list anyway. So that's why they're on number three. So anyways, here we go on number top four exactly, since we're gonna probably get on with that next one. So here it is. Top four of top five, starting right about this very second. And yes, again, I don't regret that the Chicago Bulls will be on my top number three hated list. It doesn't matter because I mean a hated team is a hated team that it will never matter, and it's just my opinion. Don't take it myself, it's just my opinion. So that's it. Anyway, let's get on to the next one, shall we? Top four of top five about to begin. Here we go. Okay, so here's the next one, everyone. So this is going to be pretty obvious. And I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious to know why I would rank the Minnesota Timberwolves to be on top four. So why did I add Minnesota Timberwolves on top four, you may ask? Well, one, I would say that, yeah, Minnesota Timberwolves, I would say ways. So I'd say, yeah, I pretty much don't care. Even though, like I said, I'm definitely not gonna ask by the way, but I pretty much consider ranking the Timberwolves to be on number 4 anyway. Just added on top 4 anyways, but I really don't know, man. It's just that I really added them on number 4 anyway. So that's just pretty much my choice, and that's pretty much simply the fact and reason to that. So that's all I will say, and that's all I would pretty much go for anyway. That yes, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be rather be on top 4 and considering to be as that. So that's your guys' question. Is that yep, I definitely added the Minnesota Timberwolves on top 4. Exactly. So they're pretty much my hater list anyway. So here comes the last and final last team that I'm about to mention here and right now. So let's get into the next one. And we're about to talk about the next one soon as enough. So here we go. Three, two, one, and here we go. All right, so looks like the next thing I'm about to say, by the way, here it is. So I don't naturally say sometimes I always add Los Angeles to always be on my hated team sometimes, but when it comes to pretty much like saying like, oh, the sneaky overrelated wins many times in a row that everyone's already been heard of, I'm like, yeah, buddy. It's just the same story, buddy. It's the same la 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 story. It's been the same la la story ever since. Like, am I surprised? No, I probably would not because I don't care. And two, I'm just gonna say that yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna probably just get on like the hater list anyway, so I don't care. And here comes the next one. So here it is. On top 5 we have is the Los Angeles Clippers. And of course I'm going to say the exact same thing, but more of a different quote, by the way, by a different quote is that, I don't really kind of like, don't really matter. It really, again, will never matter because I pretty much says like, nah, I'd say the Los Angeles Clippers would rather be more of on a top 5 anyways on the hated team anyway. So, that's pretty much all of that since, well, that's all the teams I'm pretty much going to rank anyway. So if you guys enjoy this video, like as always, hopefully you guys enjoy it. And speaking of enjoying it, well, it's time we're going to get back to what we were just going to do. So here we go. And we're just about to wrap the whole video up. And no worries, folks. I will save the top 10 for later. I'll save the top 10 for later. So, like that being said, I'll save it for later and I'll mention it anyways until next time. And yes, I know it's gonna be like the same thing again, but it's gonna be more different this time. So anyway, with that being said, of course, that there's gonna be like out of the 5 new teams anyway, being on the top 6 or the top 10 thing. We'll see what happens. But for me, we'll figure it out anyway. But this being said, otherwise, it is time. Like I said, we're about to get right along with this. So here we go. Well, this being said, everybody, it is time. Like I said, I'm yours truly, chilling with the Devin Vlogs man. And I will be sure to see you guys, in fact, absolutely in the next video. And of course, like I said, this is only my choices, by the way, of my top 5 selections, by the way, and what I choose exactly. Yes, that is already confirmed that I've selected my top 5 anyway for my hated NBA teams, exactly my top 5 hated NBA teams, which the only teams I just don't like that I just said were definitely on screen and definitely been ranked. So that's all I will say right now, and that's what I'll definitely confirm to say. But anyway, this being said, otherwise, I hope that you guys again definitely indeed enjoy the video. So, as that being said here, so that way that you don't miss a single video that comes on this channel. Thanks. Anyway, this is Chung with the Devin Vlogs, man, and I will, like I said again, see you later, see you next time, and also again about to sign off. So, that being said, don't worry that there will be a top 10 pretty much pretty soon, that there will be a top 10 coming soon. And also, yep, like I said, NFL is definitely back, which means that's all good news. And yeah, I hope the Seahawks and Texans do win this one, which Seahawks win this year and Texans win next year. Like, I'm preferring the 2027 and 2028 talk. That's what I was talking about. But, that's what I was talking about with 2027 or 2028. But anyway, this being said here, see you later and sign right out as always. And don't forget, by the way, that there will be a top 10 coming up. And I mean, coming up pretty soon if I ever decide on that. But this being said, see you later and goodbye. Sign off.